cleaning up things that other people don't want to. Unattended death scenes, murder, suicide, drug labs, hydroponic setups, workplace accidents. Anything that's beyond normal cleaning is what we class as trauma cleaning. Most common thing we clean up, it actually goes in fads. You'll do a whole range of unattended death scenes, for argument's sake, or suicides, where you're doing body fluids, and then you'll have a whole range of meth labs. So it just comes in runs.
I bought Lorinda at auction.
You
think I'm joking? I bought a bed and Lorinda was on it. That was it. That's a dead set truth.
And I just happened to be sitting on the bed just before they auctioned it off. Steve likes to tell people he bought me at auction. I must have been going cheap. 17 years we've been married.
17 years, my God. I would have got less for murder. And I could have cleaned up the mess. We were watching Forrest Gump and I went out to the bathroom and I got a Band-Aid. So I drew this diamond on the Band-Aid and I got down on my knee and I said, "Will you marry me?" I stuck it on her finger and she still has the Band-Aid in the photo album. Nothing can prepare you for the smell, the odour, the feeling that you get when you walk into a situation. It has an aura about it.
Crime scene cleaning, trauma cleaning, this type of cleaning is not for everybody. You have to have a strong stomach. You have to be able to look at, especially with trauma and blood and things like that, you have to be able to look at the blood as dirt. You can't look at it as being blood or anything like that. You have to treat it as blood, but visually you've got to say, this is just something that I need to clean up.
I was on my first so-called meth lab, came across what I thought were tea leaves. And he just laughed at me and he said, they're not tea leaves, it's actually marijuana. It's amazing how much of an education that you come across from being in the industry.
If you've got a rental property that somebody's either smoked a lot of meth or cooked up meth in, somebody else moves into the house, they've got young children crawling on the carpet, they've got hand to mouth, they're ingesting raw meth residues from properties that go undetected, an awful lot. We have a decontamination chemical, and what we do, we apply it and it neutralises the methamphetamine. There's all different ranges of hoarding. Hoarding is not just one thing. You're dealing with people's emotions, people's mental health. Hoarding is very sensitive to people. Scenes with children are very, they tug on your heartstrings. You wouldn't be human if you said you didn't have baggage after doing a clean-up of a young child. The lady had a phobia, thought everything was toxic. It was an illness that she had. And she'd covered the whole inside of her house with A4 paper. She stuck it to the walls, she'd sealed all the windows up with blue tack, and the entire inside of the house was just entombed with paper. It looked like you were walking into an igloo. Mould in the house had built up quite dramatically because there was no ventilation. Unfortunately, she did pass away in hospital, not in the house. But the next of kin came in and they were just horrified at what they'd seen. Nobody had been to the house.
It's really hard because you're dealing in people's lives, their emotional well-being. Some are still with us and some have passed on. So we need to consider families and things like that. So there's a lot of different paraphernalia that we do deal with, and we have to be quite discreet in dealing with that.
We don't judge people on what situation they're in. It doesn't come into consideration for us. We're just there to do a job.
There are times where a job will play on your mind, and on those occasions you need to see somebody or talk to somebody.
Things stay with you for a long time or forever. So we do carry, I wouldn't call it baggage, but sometimes
Memories.
Yeah, memories. Sometimes we wonder, you know, how the people are after we've finished a job, how they're coping.
If you haven't got compassion and you haven't got that willingness to help somebody, you shouldn't be doing the job. It's easy as that.